The bus ride nobody talks about. You never hear the chains before you feel them. They bite into your wrists first. Cold, heavy, too tight. Then your ankles. Click, click. It's 4:30 in the morning. The prison is quiet, but your heart is loud. A guard stands at your cell door and says just 2 words. Pack up. No warning. No reason. No goodbye. You are being transferred. Outside, a prison bus waits with dark windows. Inside, your future is about to change. This is the reality of inmate transfers to Silverwater Correctional Complex, a place that decides who survives prison quietly and who doesn't. Before we continue, kindly like this video, share it with someone who watches real prison documentaries, and subscribe to the channel. It helps this story reach more people, and it allows us to keep telling the truth about places most people never see. Now, let's continue. When your name is called. In prison, your name stops meaning much. Your number is what matters. At Silverwater, most inmates arrive without warning. One day you're in your regular unit. The next day, you're being moved like cargo. An officer walks down the hallway early in the morning. He carries a clipboard. His boots echo against the concrete floor. He stops at a cell. He looks inside, and he says a last name. That moment changes everything. Because when your name is called, you don't get answers. You don't get time. You don't get choices. You are told to step out. First comes the strip search. Clothes off. Arms up. Mouth open. Turn around. Squat. Cuff. Every movement watched. Every second quiet. Then your clothes are taken away. You're given transfoul clothes, old, stiff, and smelling like 100 men before you. Your personal items are packed into a clear plastic bag. Letters, photos, maybe a book, maybe nothing. This bag is now your life. The chains come next. Handcuffs first, then ankle chains, then a short chain connecting them together, making it hard to walk normally. You are not dangerous right now, but you are treated like you could be. You are walked through corridors where other inmates avoid eye contact. Nobody wants attention on transfer day. Everyone knows what it means. Silverwater is not just one prison. It is many prisons inside one giant system. Some units are strict but calm. Others are tense and loud. Some are built for control, not comfort. The officers don't explain where you're going inside Silverwater. They don't tell you how long you'll stay. You ask questions. You get silence. Outside, the morning air feels strange. Almost free, but not free enough to enjoy. A white prison bus is waiting. The windows are dark so nobody can see in or out. Inside the bus, plastic seats line the walls. Metal cages separate each row. Inmates sit alone. No talking aloud. No looking around. The doors slam shut. The engine starts. As the bus moves, chains clink with every turn and bump. The ride feels long, even if it isn't. Time stretches when fear fills the space. Some men stay at the floor. Some close their eyes. Some whisper prayers under their breath. Everyone is thinking the same thing. What kind of place is Silverwater? The bus slows down. Tall fences appear. Barbed wire coils like metal snakes. Watchtowers stand still, watching everything. The sign comes into view. Silverwater Correctional Complex. The bus stops. The doors open, and the silence is broken by sharp voices. Eyes down. One at a time. Do not speak. As you step off the bus, still chained, one thing becomes clear. The transfer is over. But what happens inside Silverwater? That's where the real story begins. Intake at Silverwater. The shouting doesn't stop once you step off the bus. It gets louder, sharper, more serious. Guards line up on both sides as inmates shuffle forward, chains scraping the ground. No one is allowed to lift their head. If you look up, you get noticed. And at Silverwater, being noticed is never good. You are led into a large concrete building. The doors close behind you with a deep metal sound that feels final. This is intake. This is where Silverwater decides who you are. One by one, inmates are uncuffed and moved into small holding areas. The room smells like disinfectant and old concrete. Fluorescent lights buzz overhead. There are no windows. A guard points and says, "Stand there." You stand on a painted line on the floor. Another strip search. Slower this time. more detailed. Every movement controlled. Every second watched. Then come the questions. Name, number, sentence, charges. You answer clearly. You don't joke. You don't argue. Because this information decides where you go next. Silverwater is not a single experience. It is many different worlds, all behind the same walls. Some inmates will be sent to remand units, where uncertainty eats at you every day. Some will go to mainstream units, where politics and respect matter. Some will be sent to protection, where safety comes with isolation. Others may end up in high-control areas, where rules are tight and patience is tested. You don't choose. Silverwater chooses for you. After paperwork comes the wait. Hours can pass sitting on a hard bench, hands on knees, eyes forward. Nobody talks. Nobody sleeps. The guards move in and out, calling numbers, not names. When your number is called again, your stomach tightens. You are issued prison property, a thin mattress, 2 sheets, a blanket, basic hygiene items, prison clothing marked and worn. This is not comfort. This is survival gear. Then comes the final part of intake. Classification. A senior officer looks at your file. He looks at you, then back at the file. This moment matters more than most inmates realize. Where you land at Silverwater can decide who you associate with, how safe you are, how hard your time will be. The officer makes notes. Quiet, careful. Finally, he closes the folder. You're moving, he says. No explanation, just directions. You are cuffed again, this time lighter, escorted through long hallways that all look the same. Concrete, steel doors, cameras everywhere. As you walk deeper into the complex, the noise changes. Some areas are loud, voices shouting, metal doors slamming. Other areas are quiet, too quiet, like everyone is watching and waiting. You pass inmates who stop talking when you walk by. They study you without turning their heads. They are asking silent questions. Who is he? Why is he here? How long will he last? Finally, you stop in front of a door. The guard unlocks it. He looks at you and says, "This is your unit." You step inside. The door closes behind you. And in that moment, you understand something very important. The transfer didn't end at Silverwater. It only brought you to the beginning. Your first day on the wing. The door closes behind you with a solid thud. That sound stays with you. This is your wing now. You stand still for a moment, holding your bedding and property bag, not sure where to look. The air feels heavy. The noise is different from intake. Not loud shouting, more like a low, constant hum of voices, metal doors, and footsteps. A prison officer walks you forward. Keep to the left, he says. You pass cells with doors half open. Inside, men sit on bunks, lean against walls, or stand quietly pretending not to stare. But they are watching you. Every new face is noticed. On a wing, information is power. They want to know, are you new to prison? Are you nervous? Are you confident? Do you belong here? The officer stops at a cell. This is you, he says. The cell is small. 2 bunks. A toilet with no lid. A tiny desk bolted to the wall. If you're lucky, there's a window, but it doesn't open far, and you can't see much. If you're unlucky, you've got a cellmate. And today, you're unlucky. A man sits on the lower bunk. He looks up slowly, taking his time. He doesn't smile. All right, he says. That's it. No welcome. No handshake. Just a test to see how you respond. You nod and place your things on the top bunk. You move carefully. Not too fast. Not too slow. In prison, how you move matters. The officer leaves. The door shuts. You are alone together. This is the moment many inmates fear more than the transfer itself. Because now, there are no officers watching closely. No intake rules. No explanations. Just 2 men sharing a space smaller than a bathroom. Your cellmate starts talking. He explains the wing without explaining it. Who to avoid. Which officers are strict. When showers really happen. When trouble usually starts. At Silverwater, routines are everything. Muster counts. Meal queues. Lock-in times. Association periods. Miss one rule, and your name gets written down. And names, once written down, don't get erased easily. Later, the door opens again. Association, an officer calls. This is your first time out on the wing. Men move into the common area. Some play cards. Some watch television. Some lift weights made from water bottles and towels. Others just stand and talk quietly. You feel eyes on you the whole time. No one rushes you. No one threatens you. But you understand something very quickly. You are being judged. How you speak. How you stand. Who you sit near. At Silverwater, respect is quiet, but unforgiving. One wrong word can follow you for months. One wrong move can change your entire stay. As association ends and doors lock again, you lie on your bunk staring at the ceiling. This was only day one, and already, Silverwater feels less like a prison, and more like a system designed to test how long you can stay calm under pressure. Tomorrow, the real routine begins, and not everyone is ready for it. Learning the rules without being taught. The first night at Silverwater is long. You don't really sleep. You just lie there. Every sound feels louder in the dark. Doors locking. Someone coughing. A distant shout that quickly disappears. The prison never fully goes quiet. It only lowers its voice. Morning comes early. The lights flick on without warning. Stand for count. You climb down from your bunk, feet touching the cold floor. You stand facing the door. Your cellmate does the same. An officer looks through the small glass panel, counts heads, then moves on. This happens more than once a day. Counting is serious business at Silverwater. Miss a count, and the whole wing pays for it. After count, the door opens. Breakfast. There is no choice. You move when you're told. You queue when you're told. You eat what you're given. A tray slides across the counter. Porridge. Bread. A small drink. No complaints. No swaps. You take it and move on. This is where new inmates make mistakes. They talk too much. They stand too close. They don't queue properly. And everyone notices. On the wing, rules are not written on walls. They are passed quietly from person to person. If you break one, no one explains it to you. You just feel the change. People stop talking. People stop helping. People start watching. Later in the morning, you are told to clean. Cleaning is not optional. Every wing has jobs, and jobs matter. Sweep the floor properly, or you'll hear about it. Miss a spot, and someone will remember. At Silverwater, little things become big things very quickly. Midday brings more waiting. You sit. You stand. You wait. Some inmates go to programs or work. Others don't. It depends on your status, your sentence, and how the officers see you. As a new transfer, you have nothing yet. No routine, no role, no protection, only observation. During association, a man approaches you slowly. Calm, careful. He asks simple questions. Where you from? How long you doing? This is not friendly talk. This is checking. You answer honestly but briefly. Not too much detail. Not too little. He nods and walks away. That's it. But you know something just happened. Your name, your face, has been placed somewhere in people's minds. Back in your cell that evening, your cellmate gives quiet advice. Keep your head down, he says. Don't rush nothing. You nod. At Silverwater, survival is slow. Loud people don't last. Angry people burn out. The ones who make it are the ones who learn quickly and react slowly. As the door locks for the night, you realize something important. Nobody is here to help you adjust. Nobody is here to teach you. Silverwater expects you to learn by watching. And mistakes are part of the lesson. Who you stand with. By the end of the first week, you start to understand something important. At Silverwater, where you stand matters almost as much as who you are. It's not written down anywhere. No officer will explain it. But on the wing, people notice patterns. Who eats together? Who sits near who? Who avoids who? And slowly, without asking, you are placed somewhere inside that picture. During association, you find yourself standing near the same few people each day. Not because you chose them, but because it happened naturally. You queued together. You shared a nod. You kept out of trouble the same way. In prison, that's how groups form. No meetings. No promises. Just quiet understanding. Some inmates keep to themselves completely. They don't talk much. They don't laugh. They don't mix. These men usually have reasons, past issues, fear, or problems from other prisons. Others are more visible, louder, confident, sometimes too confident. At Silverwater, those men don't always last. One afternoon, tension fills the wing. It starts small. A look held too long. A comment said too sharply. A misunderstanding that could have been avoided. Officers step in quickly. Doors are locked. Association ends early. Nothing serious happens, but the message is clear. Silverwater does not give second chances easily. Back in your cell, your cellmate explains it quietly. Everything's calm, he says, until it's not. And when it kicks off, it's fast. You ask him how long he's been here. Long enough, he replies. That's another lesson. People don't talk about time much. Time makes people vulnerable. As days pass, officers start to recognize you. Not by name, by behavior. You queue properly. You follow instructions. You don't cause problems. That gets noticed, but it also gets remembered. Because it's Silverwater, staying invisible is an art. One evening, during lock-in, you hear shouting from another wing. Doors slam. Radios crackle. Then silence. No one asks questions the next day. Everyone understands the rule. If it didn't happen to you, don't speak on it. Later, a notice goes up. Searches tomorrow. That changes the mood instantly. Cells will be torn apart. Property checked. Mattresses searched. Tempers tested. Your cellmate starts packing early, laying things out neatly. Always be ready, he says. They respect that. That night, lying on your bunk, you think about how quickly life has narrowed. Same walls, same faces, same rules, but also how fast one wrong move could make it worse. Silverwater isn't loud violence. It's pressure, and pressure, over time, breaks people quietly. Tomorrow brings searches, and searches always reveal more than officers are looking for. The searches. Search day starts before breakfast. You know at the moment the wing feels different. Quieter, tighter, officers moving faster than usual, radios clipped on, gloves already on their hands. Remain in your cells. A voice calls down the wing. Doors slam shut one by one. You sit on your bunk and wait. Searches at Silverwater are not rushed. Officers go cell by cell, taking their time. Everything comes out. Everything is checked. Nothing is private. When they reach your door, it opens wide. Step out, an officer says. You and your cellmate are cuffed and moved a few steps away, made to stand facing the wall. You can hear your cell behind you being taken apart. Mattress lifted. Sheets pulled off. Property tipped out. Nothing is handled gently. This is not punishment. This is routine. But routine can still feel personal. After several minutes, you're taken back inside. Your cell looks different now. Not destroyed, but disturbed. Like someone has been through your thoughts. You're clear, the officer says. Some cells aren't so lucky. Down the wing, you hear raised voices. Someone is being questioned. Someone's property has been bagged up. Someone is being moved. By lunchtime, the whole wing knows. No details. Just enough information to understand that Silverwater is always watching. During association later that day, people move differently. Conversations are shorter. Smiles are rare. Searches remind everyone of the truth. Nothing here is truly yours. Not space. Not time. Not even your own routine. As the day ends and lock-in begins again, you sit on your bunk feeling tired in a way sleep doesn't fix. Silverwater isn't about fear all at once. It's about wearing you down slowly. And tomorrow, there will be another routine. Another rule. Another quiet test. Because hey, the system never stops checking who you are. Time moves different here. After the searches, the wing settles into a strange calm. Nothing has changed on the surface. The same doors. The same counts. The same meals. But something feels heavier. Time at Silverwater doesn't move in straight lines. Some days crawl. Others disappear. You wake up, stand for count, queue for food, wait for association, lock back in. The routine repeats so often that days start blending together. Monday feels like Thursday. Morning feels like evening. You stop thinking in dates. You start thinking in counts. Your body adjusts before your mind does. You learn when to move, when to wait, when to speak, and when silence is safer. One afternoon, During association, you notice a man sitting alone near the phones. He has been there every day, making short calls, saying very little. Your cellmate leans over. "Don't stare," he whispers. You look away. At Silverwater, watching the wrong thing can put you in the wrong place. Later, a quiet argument breaks out near the servery. It doesn't turn violent. Officers step in quickly. Names are taken. Doors close early. The message is clear again. Control comes first. Always. Back in your cell, you read an old letter for the 10th time. The words don't change, but they feel different each day. Time stretches memories. It shrinks patience. Some men count down their release dates. Others don't bother. They say counting makes it worse. Silverwater teaches you something most people never learn. Time can punish without touching you. As lights out approaches, you hear someone laughing quietly down the wing. It sounds strange, almost out of place. Moments like that don't last, because in a place built on control, even happiness is measured. Tomorrow will come, not because you want it to, but because Silverwater decides when the next day begins. And slowly, without realizing it, you are changing to fit the rhythm of the place. The pressure builds. By the 3rd week, the pressure becomes harder to ignore. Nothing bad has happened to you. No fights, no write-ups, no trouble, and yet, you feel tired all the time. At Silverwater, stress doesn't shout. It whispers. It's in the way officers speak, short, firm, never friendly. It's in the way doors lock just a second longer than expected. It's in the way people breathe easier only when they are alone. During morning count, an officer pauses at your door. He checks the numbers twice, then moves on. That small delay stays with you all day. In the exercise yard, men walk in slow circles. Nobody runs. Nobody plays games. This is not relief, it's controlled movement. Conversations are low and careful. People talk about food, about weather, about nothing. Real topics are dangerous. One afternoon, a man on the wing doesn't come out for association. His door stays shut. Officers move quietly but quickly. By the next day, his cell is empty. No announcement. No explanation. Just absence. Your cellmate shakes his head. "Happens," he says. You don't ask where the man went. At Silverwater, questions can follow you. That night, lying on your bunk, you realize something unsettling. You're not just learning the rules. You're learning how to think less. Thinking too much leads to frustration. Frustration leads to mistakes. Mistakes lead to consequences. So you slow your thoughts. You focus on routine. You become careful with emotions. Silverwater doesn't break people loudly. It reshapes them quietly. And tomorrow, the pressure will still be there, waiting, steady, patient, adjusting or surviving. By now, you start to realize something important. Silverwater doesn't care who you are outside. It only cares who you are inside these walls. Every action is noticed. Every mistake remembered. Every quiet move measured. You start adjusting. Not because you want to, because survival demands it. You wake up, make your bed, queue for breakfast, stand for count, move carefully during association. Even small things matter. How you walk past others. How you respond when someone speaks to you. How long you take to eat. Your cellmate explains the unwritten rules quietly, almost like a teacher. Don't rush anything. Don't trust anyone. And always be ready, he says. You nod, understanding that this is not paranoia. This is training by observation. Over time, you feel it. Your mind starts to adapt. Your body moves through routines almost without thought. You're still cautious. You're still careful. But now you can anticipate the rhythm of the wing. Silverwater doesn't make noise. It doesn't threaten. It tests. Slowly, quietly, relentlessly. And by the end of the week, you start to see the truth. You are not just a new inmate here. You are a participant in a system that never stops observing, never stops measuring, and never stops shaping everyone who passes through. Some men break. Some men adapt. Some leave changed forever. The question isn't whether Silverwater will change you. It's whether you can survive without losing yourself completely. The reality of transfer. Being transferred to Silverwater is more than a journey from one prison to another. It's a test of patience, observation, and adaptation. It's about understanding that survival doesn't come from defiance or loudness. It comes from learning the rhythm of the system, keeping your head down, and knowing when to act and when to wait. For many, the transfer is just the beginning. The bus, the chains, the intake, the searches, the wing. These are only the first lessons. Silverwater doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It quietly reshapes anyone who walks through its gates. And when you leave, whether by release or transfer again, you carry the lessons with you. Lessons about control, pressure, human behavior, and the quiet ways that a prison can change a person forever. So next time you hear about a transfer to Silverwater, remember, it's not just a bus ride. It's the start of a journey that will test every part of you.